What is good, boys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm basically going to be breaking down my whole story with alcohol, something I never thought was going to be a problem in my life, let alone an addiction, how I conquered it, how you guys can conquer yours too, and how much better my life has been since. Let's dive into it. Alcohol was never really a problem for me in high school. You know, I'd go to some house parties here and there, drink occasionally, but it was kind of like once in a blue moon kind of thing. My parents would drink. I saw how it affected their lives and their relationship, but I never really thought anything of it. It really became a problem for me when I moved out of the country to go to Japan for college. Alcohol is already so normalized in America. You know, some people can't go to a barbecue without cracking open a beer. Some people can't sit at a family dinner without a glass of wine. But if you guys have never been to Japan before, the drinking culture there is absolutely insane. These people will go to work and go out to drink every single night, getting absolutely fucked up, and then do the exact same thing the next day. Literally stuck in a cycle of despair, but they don't know any better because they haven't seen a video like this. No one's told them alcohol is gonna destroy your life if you keep this up. I moved to Japan about 2 years ago, and the very first weekend I got there, one of my friends was already in Japan going to the same college. So he already had made some friends, and they're already going out, you know, every weekend. So the first weekend I was there, what do? We went out to the club, and this was the first time where I really got drunk. I never really drank before, so I didn't really know my limits. But we went out, started drinking, and I got fucked up, like to the point where I got kicked out the club. And I was sitting on the curb of the club and pretty much almost got into an altercation with one of the bouncers there. Looking back on it, it's honestly a funny story. Maybe I'll talk about it later. But, you know, I never really even saw a problem with alcohol, even in those moments. And after that, you know, we kept on going out every single weekend. The first 10 weekends I was in Japan, we were going out to the club, getting absolutely fucked up. And it was hard, and I didn't know it was a problem because it's so socially acceptable. Like, my best friend's going out, all these new people who I met are going out. I didn't want to seem weird. I didn't want to see like the odd one out. And looking back on that, that was just me being a bitch and me falling into societal norms. But yeah, I never really saw a problem with it, and I started drinking very consistently. Not every day like these Japanese salarymen, but every weekend, you know, going to school, doing all the work I needed to do, thinking, oh, I just accomplished, you know, so much. Now I can go out this weekend and drink. Now I can go out this weekend and smoke cigarettes and go to the club and talk to girls, whatever. And I got stuck in a real cycle of despair. It got bad. It was bad. I was wasting my life. I was getting so drunk Friday, Saturday night, waking up Sunday. I don't even know how many Sundays I wasted. I probably wasted at least like 2 or 3 months of my life just hungover as fuck, laying in bed, Uber Eatsing McDonald's because I'm too lazy to walk 5 minutes to the store down the street. Just filling my body with just bullshit. And looking back on it now, it genuinely makes me sick as fuck. Like, I can't believe I was stuck in that cycle, but I'm so glad I escaped. And that's why I'm making this video for people who maybe you don't think alcohol is that big of a problem, but if you want to quit, I'm telling you, you should, because you save money, you have boosted energy, you have better sleep, and the most important thing is you're not wasting your life, guys. Come on. You have one life. You could wake up tomorrow and get fucking hit by a car. Make the most of every day. Anyways, back to, my bad, that was a little tangent, but yeah, this went on for about 6 months to a year where I was going out every weekend drinking. I remember it was these little bottles of whiskey and a no sugar Red Bull. And thank God I was hitting the gym at this point, because that was the one thing that gave me some sort of routine. You know, it kept me somewhat grounded. You know, I guess it stopped me from drinking every single day because I knew that if I did that, I was going to lose all my muscle and, you know, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, alcohol is the one substance on this planet that will actually deteriorate your muscle. Thank God for the gym. Kept me somewhat grounded. I was still going out every single weekend drinking. And I'll never forget this one night, I had a huge bottle of whiskey, about this big, and I look at my friend and I'm like, I bet you I can drink this whole thing, being the dumbass I am. And they're like, there's no way you can drink that. If you do, we'll give you 30,000 yen, which is about $220 US. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I bet I could do it. I don't remember anything from that night other than waking up with videos of me. I'm literally on the floor of a random ass bathroom, piss on the floor. My face is literally plastered up against the stall. And I look like a fucking zombie. I look like I'm dead. And all my friends are just laughing at me. There's random people walking by, pointing at me, looking at me. And there's a bunch of like close-up videos of my face. And I look at these videos and I'm just absolutely disgusted with myself. And this was the turning point. This was the point where I knew I had to make a change, and I never wanted to see myself like that ever again. And it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, making that change was hard because I lost friends. It was so socially acceptable to drink. Everyone was doing it. Everyone who I was close to was doing it. I mean, even my best friends at this point, even like the girls that I was talking to, we'd go out on a date and drink. And it was hard, but I'm so glad that I stayed disciplined and that I didn't cave in. The first like 4 or 5 weekends after I decided I was gonna stop, I would still go out with my friends to the bar, looking like the black sheep. I was probably the only person in that whole bar that wasn't taking shots, and I don't know how I did it, but I'm so glad I am. And I'll never forget, after the first like 3 months, I have never felt so much mental clarity, let alone actual gains. Like, I'm talking about literal muscle mass in the gym. I was hitting new PRs. I was actually motivated to start brainstorming things that I wanted, brainstorming goals and having actual ambitions that I wanted to achieve in life. And I'm so glad and I'm so proud of myself that I didn't cave in, because I had so many opportunities to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna have this one drink here. You know what, I'm gonna go to the club, fuck it, I'll just have one vodka Red Bull. It's not gonna hurt me that much. Who knows? 1 leads to 2, leads to 3, leads to addiction. And I haven't drinking since then. I haven't drinking since that night. That I knew, that the night that I woke up on that fucking bathroom, on that dirty ass bathroom. And I'm speaking with so much conviction and so much passion because I know there's so many people out there who struggle with this. And if this video just can help 1 or 2 people, I'm so glad. Like, please reach out, please leave a comment if you think that, this is gonna be a problem for you. And like I said, guys, the gym, I'm so thankful for the gym, because that is the one thing that I can always fall back on. No matter how rough times get, no matter how shitty I'm feeling about myself, about whatever's going on in my life, I can always fall back on the gym. I know it sounds cliche, but I genuinely don't know where I would be without the gym. And that was also another huge reason why I stopped drinking, was because drinking alcohol literally deteriorates your muscle. I'd wake up, after drinking, I wouldn't go to the gym. I wouldn't go to the gym even though I have a chest day, my favorite day. I wouldn't go because I feel like shit. I feel like throwing up. I'm dehydrated. And literally just stuck in this cycle of despair. Spending so much money too, guys. You don't realize how much money you're spending, how much money you could be saving just spending money on alcohol. Just literally, you're spending money to poison yourself. And like I said, I grew up around my parents who would drink a lot, and I saw how it affected their relationship. I saw how it affected them individually. And I'm not saying my parents are terrible. I love my parents to death, but I know I can do better. And I just know I can do better, and I know I can stick to something when I say I can. I've had so many opportunities to fall back into the cycle, to drink. Like, even last weekend, I went out to San Francisco with my friends, and they got some drinks, and, the crazy thing is that I'm not even tempted at this point, because I know how much better my life is now, and I never want to go back to that time where I felt just sick to my stomach. And, oh my, there's literally so many videos that, sorry, I'm getting hot as fuck. There's so many videos that my friends have sent me, like when we used to go out and drink, so many videos of me being absolutely sloshed at the club, absolutely sloshed on the way home. And it's crazy because every time they send me these videos and I see these videos, I had to pretend like it was funny. I had to pretend that, oh, ha 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 ha, you know, like, oh, this is so funny. But inside, it was literally eating at my soul. And I'm thinking, like, why the fuck would you record me when, like, at my lowest point? But I didn't realize I was putting myself in this position. My friends did nothing wrong. They were just having a good time. I had to remove the blame from them and focus the blame on myself. And if you guys don't know where to start, the craziest thing, right, is you can literally decide to stop tomorrow. You can literally decide to stop tomorrow. But, I mean, you probably won't, but I'm telling you, you can. And to me, that's the best way to quit, is to go cold turkey, because if you don't go cold turkey and you give yourself an excuse to drink, you may never stop. Go cold turkey, reach out to people who care about you, talk to your friends about it, let it be a known thing. Tell your friends, okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, I see how alcohol is affecting my life. I watched this video on YouTube, I watched the video on YouTube, and I'm gonna stop drinking. And if they're your real friends, they're gonna respect this decision that you're gonna make. If they're not, then I'm sorry, bro. You gotta find new friends. You're just there for their entertainment. Your real friends will support you. Your family will support you. And I will support you, because I know what it feels like to waste your life away. If you guys are going through some bullshit like this, please reach out, because I'm so passionate about spreading this message, just because I know how much better my life has been since I quit. And I believe in you guys. You guys just have to put in the effort and keep after it. Let's fucking go. Let's crush this shit. Come on.